Today's story is Strega Nona by Tommy De Paola. In a town in Calabria, a long time ago, there lived an old lady everyone called Strega Nona, which meant Grandma Witch. Although the people in town talked about her in whispers, they all went to see her if they had troubles. Even the priest and the sisters of the convent went, because Strega Nona did have a magical touch. She could cure a headache with oil and water and a hairpin. She made special potions for girls who wanted husbands, and she was very good at getting rid of warts. But Strega Nona was getting old, and she needed someone to help her keep her little house and garden. So she put up a sign in the town square. And Big Anthony, who didn't pay attention, went to see her. "Anthony," said Strega Nona, "you must sweep the house and wash the dishes. You must weed the garden and pick the vegetables. You must feed the goats and milk her. You must fetch the water. For this, I will give you 3 coins and a place to sleep, food to eat." "Oh, grazie," said Big Anthony. "One thing you must never do," Strega Nona says, "is touch the pasta pot. It is very valuable. I do not let anyone touch it." "Oh, see, yes," said Big Anthony. And so the days went by, and Big Anthony did his work, and Strega Nona met with the people who came to see her for headaches and husbands and warts. Big Anthony had a nice bed to sleep in, next to the goat shed, and he had food to eat. But one evening, when Big Anthony was milking the goats, he heard Strega Nona singing, and peeking in the window, he saw Strega Nona standing over the pasta pot. She sang, "Bubble, bubble, pasta pot, boil me some pasta nice and hot. I'm hungry and it's time for sup. Boil enough pasta to fill me up." And the pasta pot bubbled and boiled, and it suddenly was filled with steaming hot pasta. Then Strega Nona sang, "Enough, enough, pasta pot, I have my pasta nice and hot. So simmer down my pasta of clay until I'm hungry another day." How wonderful, Big Anthony thought. That's a magic pot for sure. And Strega Nona called Anthony in for supper. Too bad, though, that Anthony, because he didn't get to see Strega Nona blow 3 kisses at the magic pot. And this is what happened. The next day, when Big Anthony went to town square to fetch the water, he told everyone about the pasta pot. Naturally, everyone laughed at him because, well, it sounded silly. A pasta pot that cooked all by itself? "You'd better go and confess to the priests, Big Anthony," they said. Such a lie. Big Anthony was angry, and he wasn't a very good thing to be. "I'll show them," he said to himself. "Someday I will get that pasta pot and make it cook, and then they will be sorry." Well, that day came sooner than even Big Anthony would have thought, because 2 days later Strega Nona said to Big Anthony, "Anthony, I must go over the mountain to the next town to see my friend Strega Amelia. Sweep the house, weed the garden, feed the goats, milk her, and for your lunch there are some bread and cheese in the cupboard. And remember, don't touch the pasta pot." "Oh, yes, yes, Strega Nona," said Big Anthony. But inside he was thinking, my chance has come. As soon as Strega Nona was out of sight, Big Anthony went inside, pulled the pasta pot off the shelf, and put it on the floor. "Now let's see if I can remember the words," said Big Anthony. Big Anthony thought, and then he sang, "Bubble, bubble, pasta pot, boil me some pasta, nice and hot. I'm hungry and it's time for sup. Boil enough to fill me up." And sure enough, the pasta pot bubbled and boiled and began to fill up with pasta. "Aha!" Big Anthony said as he ran to the town square, jumped on the fountain, and shouted, "Everybody, get your forks, get your plates, platters, bowls, pasta for all at Strega Nona's house. Big Anthony has made the magic pasta pot work." Of course, everybody laughed, but still they ran home to get forks and plates and platters and bowls. And sure enough, when they got to Strega Nona's house, the pasta pot was full and began to overflow. Big Anthony was a hero. He scooped out pasta and filled the plates and the platters and the bowls, and there was more than enough for all of the townspeople, including the priest and the sisters from the convent. Some people came back for 2 and even 3 helpings, but the pot was never empty. When all had their fill, Big Anthony sang, "Enough, enough, my pasta pot, I have my pasta nice and hot, so simmer down my pasta of clay until I'm hungry another day." But, alas, he did not blow the 3 kisses. He went outside to the applause of the crowd, and Big Anthony took a bow, and he was so busy listening to the compliments from everyone that he didn't notice the pasta pot was still bubbling and boiling, and his sister from the covenant finally said, "Oh, Big Anthony, look." The pasta was pouring out of the pot all over the floor of Strega Nona's house, and it was coming out the door. Big Anthony rushed in and shouted the magic words again, but the pot kept boiling. He took the pot off the floor, but the pasta kept pouring from it. Big Anthony grabbed the cover, put it on the pot, and sat on it. But the pasta raised the cover on Big Anthony as well, and it spilled onto the floor of Strega Nona's house. "Stop!" yelled Big Anthony. But the pasta did not stop, and if someone hadn't grabbed poor Big Anthony, the pasta would have covered him up. The pasta had all but filled the little house. It was out the windows and through the doors, and then came the pasta and the pot, bubbling right on down. The townspeople began to worry. "Well, do something, Big Anthony," they shouted. Big Anthony sang the magic song again, but without the 3 kisses, it did no good. By this time, the pasta was on its way down the road, and all the people were running to keep ahead of it. "We must protect our town from the pasta," shouted the mayor. "Get the mattresses, the tables, the doors, anything to make a barricade." But even that didn't work. The pot kept bubbling, and the pasta kept coming. "We are lost," said the people, and the priest and the sisters of the covenant began praying. "The pasta will cover our town," they cried. And it certainly would have, had Strega Nona not come down the road from her village. She did not have to look twice to know what had happened. She sang the magic song, blew the 3 kisses, and with a sputter, the pot stopped boiling, and the pasta came to a halt. "Oh, grazie, thank you, Strega Nona," the people all cried. But then they turned to Big Anthony. "String him up," the men in the town shouted. "Now wait," said Strega Nona. "The punishment must fit the crime," and she took a fork from the lady standing nearby and held it out to Big Anthony. "All right, Anthony, you wanted pasta from my magic pasta pot," Strega Nona said, "and I want to sleep in my little bed tonight. So, start eating." Oh, and he did. Poor Big Anthony. He ate and he ate all the pasta. The